perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch. Or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to save.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Sensation Station Network.
What you say about that?
Yeah, we got music too. Hey man, we're back. That time of the week, Tuesday. Erika time. What's going on, Erika?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Yeah, I see you got your coats on. It's cold in here. We keep it freezing in here, man.
Keep it freezing here.
Keep it Antarctica in here.
I got my breast cancer pink awareness jersey on, but y'all can't see it because it's cold.
All right, so we in this bye week. We about to get us a game going this week. Any news coming out? So how healthy are we coming back from the break?
Well, we got everybody back that we're supposed to get back, except for Sanu. He did not practice today. Okay. He's been working on the side or whatever, and I don't expect him to be back. We know hamstring injuries just take a little bit longer, especially.
You got to stay off that hamstring.
Right, especially, you're an explosive receiver and you're making those cuts. You got to stay off that hamstring. So, I mean, if he's not back against the Dolphins, I don't think it's a big deal. I would love to have him back for that New England game so we can, have that full offensive weapons ready to attack that sorry secondary they have in New England. I'm ready for that one.
If he's not back, who's number 2 now?
Wow. Little bitties. One of them little bitties going to have to be number 2.
I mean, because I can't see my man number 18.
But you know what? You know what? When I did my scouting, looking at the Dolphins, they have a hard time against tight ends. Okay. I'm really hoping that he gets some tight ends into the game.
And we got a good one. I like our.
I love Hooper. Even Toilolo. I just really think that if he gets the tight ends involved more. Another thing I noticed, when I was scouting the Dolphins, they're good on the outside. Would you bust them up in the mouth on the inside? You can get some yards because the Jets did a good job getting some yards on them. They stifled New Orleans a little bit, until the second half when they broke out in the game. But
it's Jay Cutler.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, we're not even going to talk about their offense. I'm talking about their defense.
Stay on defense for a while. Make sure out of the receivers you've seen, which one do you think would be a good number 2?
I mean, by the depth chart, it's going to be Hardy.
I would think Hardy would be.
It's going to be Hardy.
Keep Gabriel in the slot.
Because Gabriel is your slot guy, and then little number 15, the other young fella y'all got, the white boy.
What's my
I'll try,
Our version of
y'all West Welcome.
West Welcome.
Y'all West Welcome. You know, I ain't want to make it sound like what it was, but yeah, that's what it is. But Hardy is the third receiver, so you know he bumps up to 2 now.
Yeah.
Gabriel is the gadget guy, and I still don't think what's Sarkisian, because Gabriel is not really one of his guys. Right. I don't think he really know how to use Gabriel.
He doesn't know how to use him.
Yeah.
He used him a little bit better in the Green Bay game.
Yeah.
He didn't use him well in Chicago. Used him great in the Green Bay game.
Nick Williams is
there you go. There you go.
Appreciate it, Marlon. And Reuben Foster is the linebacker I was talking about. There we go.
I lost that.
Y'all love our listeners, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, as far as him using Taylor Gabriel, I mean, I don't understand. You were OC, so I'm not trying to, be disparaging of the hard work that you guys put in to put this game plan in. But when you have a fast defense, like Buffalo Bills defense, why wasn't he using screen? What was
right.
Screen? What happened to the screen game?
Right, and like I said, I think with Sarkisian, I just think he got to in his mind. Okay, no, I got to get Devontae the ball. No, I got to get Coleman the ball.
And it could be
I got to get Julio the ball. And then, you start really on that card, you start running out of names and options.
Right. You need one of them Andy Reid cards.
I need him also.
I was watching Andy Reid game
but it was good,
Sunday night.
for him to get their first 4 games on going to a bye.
Right.
Hopefully now
and that's what I was thinking.
He can now look into it. What I want him to do, though, because let's be real. Falcons 23, 34, 30, 23. We're putting up over 25, 26 points.
Right.
So hopefully now you get to come back a week off.
Right.
You can get 30 points a game. That's going to be hard to beat.
And believe it or not, we have a 10th ranked overall defense. So, it's, as far as that is concerned, I just think that if we get those kinks out, the one thing about it was, if you looked at the beginning of the games last year, we would get off to these hot starts. We scored on every, especially the second half of the season, on every starting offensive series that we had, we scored. So I knew my premonition against when the Bills game was like, what is he doing? What are they trying to accomplish? What's going on? So I didn't feel good about that from the beginning because I didn't understand what the game plan was.
Yeah.
But I think against the Dolphins, if we attack that middle, because they got those fast guys coming up. They got those fast guys coming off the edge. We get Ryan Schrader back. Hopefully give Matt a little bit of time in the pocket.
The biggest comebacks, everybody. That Schrader coming back is huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
Y'all need somebody for that bully in the middle. For Big Sue. He's a bully.
Yeah, he is a bully to an extent. But once again, looking at the game, if you run straight at him, he don't take a play off of 2, 3, or 5.
And then the way they're playing,
Jay Cutler. That's all I'm gonna keep saying.
We're gonna jump into the defense in a little bit, but the one thing I'm really interested in this game, the Dolphins are down. I mean, they you can put points on them.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see now, and Matt has had okay games, but we expect our MVP to be. I'm ready for him. I think he's ready for an explosion. I can just feel it. And Matt's got to get comfortable. I like, what about Matt? This is his 6th damn offensive coordinator.
He done had a lot of offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
It's his 6th
and people discount that like, it's no big deal.
Man, you keep changing. It's like going from Maceo to you, to me.
Yeah. And then,
hey, yo, it's the same thing.
I don't care if the terminology is the same. It's a totally different person that's looking at the team and trying to design plays or call plays for this team. That's one thing about when I was watching the game in San Francisco. I was like, dang, that's a Julio play. When he would bring Julio across the middle all the way back to the other side of the field, dart, touchdown. We're definitely not doing that now.
Definitely not doing that.
When we come back, man, we're going to talk about the defensive side, what we're going to look into. And also, man, we're going to talk about what we expect this weekend. What's going to happen to them Dolphins? I got a friend of mine that's always talking about filet and fishing. We're going to see this week.
We're frying some fish tailgates.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And lead the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, we're back, man. We are,
my nigga retarded, man.
we are back, and
something wrong with him.
we were talking about Jerry Jones and his hallelujah moments.
Right, he want everybody to stand up. We 2 and 3. Y'all stand up.
I'm gonna post these pictures of
Stand
Jerry.
up too.
Jerry, we ain't forgot now.
Oh yeah, it was on Facebook today.
Okay, yeah, somebody brought it back up.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh definitely.
People
You know
start
they
pulling up them
did. You
pictures
know
of
they do. Putting them pictures
Jerry.
up. Well,
Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry and his women's.
Mm-hmm.
They were
all in the bathtub.
They were all standing up on that picture.
Only thing different than your pitching in the offensive line. We're gonna keep it going though. We're gonna keep it going.
One of them did take a knee though, but anyway.
We're back. Good thing for Atlanta is Jay Cutler is still the #1 quarterback for Miami.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler looking like I told you I wanted to be retired, but y'all threw money at me.
Yeah.
On defense, what do we got to do this week to stop this?
Stop what?
This what's the word I'm looking for, Maceo?
Train wreck.
Devontae Parker and Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills.
Really?
This
I would think you would have at least said Ajay Ajayi. I mean, he
see what he been covering, what he been doing.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. They can't get the running game going, so they can't open up the receivers. And if they do, Jay Cutler gonna throw the ball on the ground. I'm telling you, I watched all of their games. I'm like, dude, does he not realize that their feet are not their hands?
Yeah, I think I will be disappointed if we don't take it to this offense.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
If we don't come out and
I agree.
We got our boy gonna be back, Vic be back, and we ain't taking it to this offense. Is he coming? He's scheduled to come back, right?
He's scheduled to come back.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But if he ain't bringing that fire to somebody this week, make sure from a defensive end standpoint. He's a statue.
Right.
I just say that two things we know. He gonna give you a chance to get some interceptions. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All we gotta do is all you gotta do is catch the ball.
Patient. Second.
All you gotta do is catch the ball.
He's not going nowhere. He gonna be in the pocket. He's not going nowhere.
All you gotta do is catch the ball.
You know what? The only thing that concerns me, and I think what teams do against the Falcons secondary, they throw a lot of 50-50 balls because they know Alpha like to hold, and a lot of times they try to take advantage of True Front's aggression.
Yeah.
So I think, you know what I'm saying, they're going to sit there and be like, you know what, let's just throw the ball up and kind of see what we get. Because Detroit did that a lot.
Right, but I mean that's Matthew Stafford versus Jay Cutler.
Yeah,
I mean, Jay Cutler just doesn't even act like he wants to be there. And with all of the things, all the traveling they did, they're getting on a plane again this week. Yeah. All the traveling they're having to do, no bye the entire season. I mean, I think that it has affected the attitude of the whole team. I mean, you see it.
Because that was their first home game. Yeah.
And then they're going to be on the road for another 2 weeks before they have another home game.
Right. And so that's what
Right.
we got to look for. And I'm looking for certain things.
Right.
think we got one of the best duo of linebackers in the country, in the state. And
I think, you know, and just one other piece, I think Duke Riley is getting better. But I see what teams are trying to take advantage of Duke Riley because he's so young.
Right. Well, he's young and he's anxious. So
Right,
just like
right,
you know,
right.
he's overrunning these plays. He'll be in position, you know, but he's overrunning his plays.
The game had to slow down for him.
It has to slow down for him. It hasn't slowed down for him. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what people expect of him or Devontae KZ last week when week before last when he played.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know,
I thought he actually played decent.
They did. They
for
both
rookies.
did. They both did.
Yeah.
You're in position to make the play.
Yeah,
It's
them
just
guys-
a little bit.
Yeah, them guys
being
on those side
overzealous.
pros too now. They
millionaires.
getting the check too
Yeah.
When I
now.
say millionaires, they millionaires too.
Yeah, they millionaires too, man.
Right,
I mean, you know, hey.
Exactly.
They got to make a play or two. Everything.
Right.
It's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I think we should be able to keep him under 21, 17. You know what I'm saying?
Jay Cutler, definitely,
Yeah,
because
you know what
they
I'm
have.
saying?
I don't think they've gotten more than 12 this season yet.
I would be disappointed if they got 20 points. I'm like, man, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, we need to do something about that. Ricardo Allen be back at free safety,
Right.
and that'll be a big thing
Right.
for us. He'd be able to call the defenses now.
Right.
So, your first quarter analysis of the young fella from UCLA. What's your thoughts?
Of who?
Tech.
Once again, this is another one that is just, you know, so gung ho to get back there to the quarterback, and I saw that in the Buffalo game. You know, he was so far upfield they already passed him.
Yeah,
Like,
they just-
Tack,
Yeah,
calm
let you go.
calm down.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more patient.
He gonna take himself out to play.
Yeah, he was,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what he was doing. He was taking himself out to play.
Yeah.
You
Offensive
know?
coordinator see that like, just let him go.
Oh
Just let him, of course, you
Let
just,
it go.
but when you do that, you just let him
Self-block.
go.
I just try
Right,
self-block.
right. And that's exactly what
I
exactly
pull
what
inside
he
of
was
him
doing.
and get up the field.
But I want people to understand this too, because me and William were having this argument, and I was like, William, remember now, Vic Beasley was the same way.
Exactly.
4 sacks his first year.
Because the thing of it is, you playing against all these experienced tackles who've seen everything. Like, dude, really all you're a speed rusher. You hadn't learned to slap hands.
Right.
You hadn't got no
Right.
swim move or no rip move. You just want to try to run by people and dip your shoulder. Well, that actually helped the offensive tackles. When they don't know, man, he got one move. I'm waiting. As soon as he dip his shoulder, I'm just going to push him on down in the ground. Or like you said, like you've been saying, he just run himself out to play.
Right, and the sack that he did get is because the play came back to him.
Yeah.
Right, it came back to him. You know, it wasn't anything he did. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Go Tag.
Here it come again.
Go Tag. Slow down. So, you know, but you're right. It's just like Vic Beasley's first year. You know, even him having the injury and everything. You know, and I think, of course, not having Vic in there to even, you know, kind of collapse that in a little bit more so you can, so he can get more opportunities.
Yeah, you'll see the difference with Vic.
Yeah, you
this week.
definitely see the difference with
Because
him.
Vic gonna get out. He gonna get way more attention than you.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Of
funny?
course.
It's in the pros, speed rushing, they really speed rushing. They're just getting a step
Right.
and making a move. Everybody think you're just trying to outrun the guy to the quarterback. Nah,
Right,
bro, that's-
right, and that was the good thing about having Dwight Freeney last year. So
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
guys could see, they could see, you know, oh, okay, that's how you do it.
I would laugh and I say, y'all still falling for the spin move?
Yeah.
It's 15 years later.
Because he set it up.
Yeah, he set it up
Right.
perfect.
He set it up. I mean, because it's just
Because
like
it's not every play.
right. And like
Right,
so,
you know.
you got. I say I'm a tackle. He go tack. I'm really laughing. I'm like, I mean, what he gonna do?
You know I can
Right.
backpedal really.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
gonna get off and I'm gonna mush him one time.
Right.
Then I'm gonna slap his head one time, and then he gonna just be like, I'm gonna eventually get around him.
Yeah.
We running inside trap
might-
right off you.
Right off
you
you.
trapping yourself.
Right.
We might pull our guard right on, you know, and not even touch
But
him.
really, I don't have to waste my guard. My guard can go on the
Right.
turn up.
He going to the linebacker. I ain't got to touch you.
Because you're going to run right past them.
When we come back, man, it's time to go over the picks, man. So,
I don't know why they be sounding so depressed about these picks. Why they sound so depressed?
we'll be right back.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up,
I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I
cold
want to be
day.
a football
I want to be
stadium.
a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
To the beach, y'all. Man, here, little MC Breeder.
Ain't no future in your friend.
Chill for a minute. God dang. Hold on. Hey, we're back, man. Hey, it's the Crush, man. We're right here on the Sensation Station Network and also on WBOZSports.com. Hey, man, I'm trying to stall. So we
get through it, man.
So they can play a little bit longer.
Yeah, let the music play for a little bit.
No.
Let's go through it, man. Let's go.
The Queen is in first place. She's at 52 and 25. Ooh. She running around here with a 68%.
Ooh, look at her.
On her pitch, she averaging 10 wins a week.
52. Oh, Eric, okay.
She's sitting at 52 and 25.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Lundy 2 games back. He's at 50 and 27. Be at 53. Shanae is holding steady right here.
Third?
Shanae, 47 and 30.
Okay. We can't have her back in here with Jesse.
Right. T-Will around here is 46 and 31. Jesse Finch, he at 46
what up,
and 31. Jesse? Let's see where I am. Coach Allen, he coming on back to earth now.
Where's bro number 1?
Oh yeah, bro number 1. I don't know.
That would be Stacey Harrison.
Stacey Harrison is yeah, he was like 2 and something. So he used that dumb strategy. He like, whatever I'm going against what everybody else pick. All right, Stacey, good luck with that.
That's how you become 2 and 12.
Yeah. So Glaze, I'm in 9th place. I'm at 42 and 35. And then you right behind me, Glaze. You're at 39 and 38, Glaze.
I just want to be over 500.
Yeah, I'm at
after that bad week.
Lofty goal.
Yeah, I'm averaging 8 wins. You averaging 7 wins.
Hey, man.
I gotta do better than that. I gotta do better.
I'm gonna do better because I'm never picking Eli again. Never.
Yeah. Well, I knew not to pick them.
Well, come on. You thinking they gotta get the
first
win? They gotta get the first win. And if it wasn't for the injury,
well, you know what, Erika?
They still had an opportunity to win a game.
They
but
did.
Eli.
But they can't run the ball.
We can't pick them.
They cannot run the football. And I don't know if. Because, like, me personally, I thought Wayne Gallman was a pretty good back coming out of Clemson.
I did, too.
I think he should have stayed one more year, but, with all them other backs, they had to rush him out.
Well, it's definitely not his fault. It's the offensive line. I mean, they can't protect Eli, so they definitely can't hold it, open up in the holes for the running back.
And then when you figure Evan Ingram went 0 catches.
0 catches.
No catches.
All right, guys.
Hurt my fantasy.
I had some people say since Erika is number 1, they want to hear her pick, so let's see what you got for this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Eagles at
Panthers.
Y'all?
You know,
Eagles at Panthers. Who you got?
This is a good game.
This week was easier than last week. Last week was really difficult.
Yes, it was.
It was very difficult. I'm going with Eagles in this game.
Where is this game being played
at? It's in Carolina.
I'm going with the Eagles in this game.
I'm going with Cam in this game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Thursday night game?
It's Thursday.
I'm going with Cam.
They gonna have the color rush.
They gonna have the color rush.
Yeah.
Hope they wear the all black though. I don't like that blue.
They gonna wear that blue.
They gonna wear that blue.
Blue is coming out.
So that means Philadelphia gonna wear all white. Yes, that's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, because they're the visiting team, so they will definitely be.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
A game that we think is easy, but is played in Minnesota. Green Bay travels to Minnesota this week.
I have no problems picking Green Bay in this one. Just from what I saw with the Vikings, I have no problems picking Green Bay.
Maceo.
Green Bay has found a running game. I hope now that this guy's running the ball, that when Ty Montgomery come back, they will move Ty Montgomery back to receiver.
Mm-hmm.
If not, change his number, man. I hate seeing him playing tailback with 88 on.
He the man.
I like Green Bay. I like Green Bay over that one.
I think that's a unanimous. I like him too. Big game, man. This is bathroom being done? Because he's traveling to Kansas City this week with the Steelers.
Ooh, where's this game?
It's in Kansas City.
It's in Kansas City. Too many weapons, man.
They got weapons on everything.
In Kansas City, man. Well, hold on. I got to figure out if Kelsey gonna get out of concussion protocol first.
I doubt it because that's these days it's a 2-week thing.
I don't know now. Devontae Adams came back quick after that monster.
I thought
hit.
he was knocked out.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be down for a month.
Yeah.
But
Remember that?
His was more of. I thought his was a little. I don't think his was so much concussion.
Shoot, they had to put him on that gurney.
Yeah, they did. They did put him on the gurney, but I didn't. His hit was it. Travis Kelce came back in the game, and then they took him back. out.
Yeah.
So
come on, Kelce.
I like Chiefs, man. I got Chiefs too.
Yeah, listen. Y'all know I love watching Pittsburgh Steelers struggle. I hope they'll never win again, so Benny Lee can take me to dinner. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should have retired. Just don't come to Milledgeville.
Bathroom bin.
If you'd asked me this game 2 weeks ago, it'd have been a no-brainer that it was the Raiders.
Right.
I can't do that no more. Chargers going to L.A. this week. Oakland? Where they at?
Well, wait. They're saying Carr might play Sunday.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still not buying Oakland.
This is the same injury that Tony Romo came back from quickly. That all these people came back from quickly, so they feel like he's good to go and he practiced. So
you know what's been disappointing?
He's starting. He's playing.
I thought they would run Marshawn more.
He ain't get no run.
They not running Marshawn the way I thought they were running. He done turned to like a goal line back.
I just think that all of that is in some politics or something, because that makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense to me.
He runs tough
that
still.
You got this angry, nasty runner back there, and you're not even using him. You're trying to sling the ball all over the field.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
My last one. I ain't gonna even do them like that. That ain't even fair. Giants at Bronco. Why they even that's when you need to flex the game.
Right. That's when
that's the Sunday night game.
That's the Sunday night game. You need to flex it. They play the Giants. They too many teams that they go for early for the Sunday night game.
Right.
You knew the Giants wasn't that good.
Well, when the schedule came out, it looked good.
No. That offensive line does not look good for 2 years. Don't even try that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Odell in prime time. Did you see?
Yeah.
That's what all they were thinking about. Because they got a Monday night game coming up.
Yeah.
They always get night games.
So
they the New York.
Odell, crazy catches. That's what they were thinking.
Okay, I ended with this one because it was actually surprisingly a good game. The Rams traveled to Jacksonville.
This has turned into a good game.
Surprisingly.
It's in Jacksonville?
Yes.
And that's my...
I'm going Jaguars.
That is my caveat.
Erica Theory work. I'm listening to Erica Theory.
The travel.
3,000 miles.
Coming from west to east, it's a totally different thing.
London say we can go to bed early that night.
Yeah, we can do everything we need to at 8 o'clock, man. I mean, you can have it on as background noise, but you might hear touchdown Broncos a lot.
I like the Jags in that game. Leonard, hey, man. Maybe Leonard Fournette was right that the NFL easier than college. Maybe because he ain't going to class. I think that's what he really meant to say. I don't have to go to class, so I can just I can go eat, live class thing, go to practice.
That class thing.
I ain't got to go to class. I ain't got to keep a 2.0.
Right. Let me go.
And you know what else is good about
I'm
Jacksonville?
good with that.
They got a real good defense too.
Well,
all
listen,
them first round picks.
Well,
you
see,
get.
do you see why I wanted Jalen Ramsey?
He's
Do you
smart.
see why I wanted Jalen Ramsey?
Well, not only that is the most important thing they got is a running game. Yeah. That's the most important thing they got besides the defense. The defense, that quarterback is he's still you just like. What you gonna do this week? But see, they don't have to worry about it. You know, I don't understand. That's why I'm like, feed him the ball, feed Leonard Fournette, run that ball. Just, I mean, look at Alex Smith, y'all. He the game manager because they got a running game now.
They talking MVP for Alex Smith.
You see the brother rolling out?
MVP for Alex Smith.
Hey,
just sit with that.
The smartest thing they did was draft a quarterback.
That's our report. We got to do a crushing interview coming up next.
Wish him.
Whatever. We'll be right back.
You use tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council. Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, Mason, man, before we get to the interview, we got to do better, man. We represent this is our show.
It's for the culture, man. It's for the culture.
We can't be 9th and 10th.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This is our show.
It's terrible.
Look, I missed the week. I needed you to be at least top 5 because, they always point us out. Shanae especially.
I'm coming back just to give you my love.
Hey, man, so I just, for everybody out there, we get into our crushing with Erika. We in Erika mode today. We big time. She winning 10 games a week. That's all right, though. We already got Shanae talking about winning again. If Shanae wins again, man, we just gonna get a show, too.
Shanae not gonna win again. I'm not even worried about that. Like, here I come, Glade. I'm running to Boston this week. Here I come.
Hey, man.
I'm running to Boston this week for all y'all.
We running Boston, man.
I'm running to Boston.
If not,
I got all the books.
It'd be bad to see the crush in 9th and 10th place every week. Just not a good look. We'll be right back.
5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction.
Invest $49 a month at a real gym.
For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is big business. This is the American way.
Station Network.
See ya.
Going to this question interview brought to you by Orsi Software. The Orsi team is committed to providing full lifecycle support for developing, testing, and delivering market-driven products. Orsi's models when the customer engages one of us, they engage all of us. Go to Orsi.com for more information. All right, Monsieur, can you introduce our guest?
Man, coming to the microphone, a woman of many talents.
She does everything.
I don't know when she got time. I don't know how she got time to do all this stuff, man. She running for stuff. She helping with this, and she always in the community, man. Coming to the microphone, Miss Erika Mitchell. Erika, what's up?
How you doing?
What's happening?
What's happening, Erika?
What's not happening? It's crunch time.
Right. Let's talk about it.
So let's start with that. I mean, I always ask people who run for office, what were you thinking? We know your schedule, Erika. Sports Unlimited, NFL, this, NFL. Why'd you run for office?
There's a lot of things going on in the community that I feel like we as citizens and residents need to take some type of responsibility. And when it comes down to our youth, that hits me hard because I want them to succeed, and they should have every opportunity available for them to be successful. And that kind of really initiated my for me to run for office, honestly. And so that's where I am right now.
Now let's talk. We were just talking about your area off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what area are you responsible for?
Okay, so Board of Education District 5 is composed of 2 city council districts, which is Atlanta City Council District 9 and Atlanta City Council District 10, which is composed of 21 schools. That's 14 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, and 4 high schools. Wow. A lot.
And you said the illustrious Douglas High School is part of that?
Well,
the illustrious Douglas High? Okay.
We share Douglas.
Okay.
Okay. It's not, but it's right.
It's so illustrious, make sure 2 people had to go.
Right.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how illustrious we are. So all y'all Doug High haters. Okay, keep going, Eric. I'm sorry.
So with Doug, it's kind of one of those situations where we share it with, I believe, District 6.
In your opinion right now, what is some of the bigger issues in District 5 that you would like to see done if you get elected?
First, we want to bring up that high school graduation rate. That's number one.
Wow, yeah.
We have to do more. I know that we have a lot of working parents. We have they have some challenges with being there for their students. So we have to make sure that we are able to give the students everything they need before they leave from school. And another thing is with athletics. I'm big on the athletic side. I really want to see athletic wise that they get everything they need as far as equipment, access to good facilities, coaches, all of that, because that thrives the school. It really does. School spirit comes with being involved with different activities, whether it's sports or activities that are non-athletic. We really, really need to enhance those opportunities for our kids.
Now, I saw earlier this year, I think before football season started, with your partnership with the Atlanta Falcons, you were able to provide cleats to the kids over at Mays High School.
Yes, that was one of the things I always wanted to do. Is I always look at how do you leverage your relationships with nonprofit organizations or corporations to give back to the community. So when the Falcons came back from the Super Bowl from Houston,
taking a knee right
I had to take a deep breath on
28-3. Oh, my bad. Let's keep my bad. Keep going. Too soon. I'm sorry.
No, it's still too soon.
It hurt. And so it was like when I went up to Flowery Branch and whew,
just give it away.
Like ghost town.
Give it away.
I asked them could I have the shoes, and they was like, yeah, and I let them know that I will be giving it to some inner city schools. Make sure that the kids had something for football season, because I know as a working parent, sometimes it's hard to buy cleats. You know, when you're trying to make sure that you're able to take care of your household.
Man, she had to go and ski man with it. Just take them. We don't need the shoes.
Well, the interesting thing with those cleats that a lot of them were brand new.
I know.
With the tags on.
We didn't use them on the Super. Anyway, hey, we're going to the rundown. We're going to mix you in, Erika. Some questions to you and our normal rundown. So stay with us. Just a crowd.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool, and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place finish first. I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined. Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
We're going to the Crush rundown right now. Our sponsorship is working on it. But right now, so Erika, this is why we're gonna do it now. We could throw a question at you or a story, but you gotta be ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? All right, make sure you want to start it off, man.
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why can't we get these parents to PTA meetings, Erika? Talk to me.
That's got to be a big thing being on the board there.
Talk to me, Erika. We got to get parents back in PTA.
We do, but we also got to look at what the parents are dealing with, why they can't be at PTA.
Okay.
A lot of times they're working, and they're not working in their district, so they're working outside of their district. So that's a big problem there with travel time, traffic, just not having access to get to those meetings. Working 2 or 3 jobs, you just never know.
Right.
So that's a lot of what's going on right now.
You are connected with a lot of football players, so I would like to know your thoughts on this story. Roger Goodell has basically come out to say that he would prefer that all players stand during the anthem, and he would like to see that, and that he may work with owners when their meeting comes up next Tuesday, Wednesday, to discuss making this a mandate for players to stand during the anthem. Your thoughts?
My thoughts is that everybody have a right to participate with a national anthem however they feel fit, and as that right, you should not demand or mandate them to do something outside of their rights. So for me, is if they don't want to stand, they don't have to stand, and you shouldn't take that right away from them.
Right.
You don't own them.
Your thoughts, Mason?
I've always said this. I've always based when we start talking about this political and all this military type stuff. I always talk to military type people.
Right.
My dad was a veteran. A lot of his friends. I always tell people, you talk about, oh, we had the right to do this and defend this. I dare anybody to go spend a day at the VA hospital and go talk to those guys, and then base your thoughts after talking to those guys, because these are people who fought for the country, who can't even get the proper medical attention they need, and they're the reason that you're able to walk around and sag your pants or make all this money that you're making. Man, y'all miss me with that.
They put somewhere up front, and we know what it was. They were trying to question the story because it went away from what the original cause
It
was
definitely
a long time ago.
But this is privilege moving forward, because again, we've totally forgotten, like, it's become about the flag.
Yeah.
And it's not about the flag.
It's not about the flag.
So, but there's privilege coming through. Privilege.
Yeah.
Privilege.
What you got, Mace?
Oh, man, I'll give you a quick story that just came across that I'm actually upset about. The Washington Nationals, man, they will not start Steven Strasburg in Game 4. Say he's sick.
You're sick in playoffs.
Hey, man, listen, this guy here, man. And it's crazy because Washington has to have this game.
They gotta win.
Joe Madden basically was like, hey, if they gonna throw Strasburg, hey, let them do it. Now we find out he ill and he won't be. Hey, man,
he got a tummy ache.
This
they
guy,
need you. You're down 2-1.
This guy, man, facing elimination. So,
question about you. You brought the athletic programs, and me and Mason talk ad nauseum about some of the things we would love for APS to have. One of the things that we see, it's hard to balance the playing field. I mean, if you got the schools outside of Cobb, Gwinnett, they got money.
They do.
And APS schools, when they win, I just stand up and clap when they're winning, because they have to fight so much. They don't even play on their own field.
I know.
So how do you even get that to the point where they can get the money necessary to be able to continue to compete?
And you know what? Honestly, that comes with investing back into the community. When you look at District 9, District 10, when I say District 10, that's over the Douglas area all the way back to Mays and on around to, Cascade, Rap, Abernathy, where it is. So in that district, you have pretty much every income level that is imagined. You have your upper middle class, middle class, lower middle class, low income, and underserved. So when you look in that area and you look at the development of businesses, it doesn't have that support. So the Cascade area is part of District 10. When you look at Walmart's there, you look at Starbucks, they just got a Chick-fil-A. What's the other one? Home Depot, Kroger's, Publix. That's it. You understand? And you have to lean on the businesses to support, to invest back in the school, to put money back in the school. But if you don't have the retail development or the small business development or corporate development in that area, then your school is going to be lacking, because those are your corporate partners, your corporate sponsors. And that's why you can go to Cobb County, you can go to South Cobb, you can go wherever, and you see the business community they put back into the schools. Even go to North Atlanta. It's a big difference.
Yeah. That's true.
And we know that North Atlanta quietly wants to kind of break away from, like, hey, they want to kind of be in.
Yes, they do.
They want to be their own entity, and they should, because of all of the advantages that they do have. And I know they figure, why should we have to share? Because I mean, we're so far away from everybody. Why are we even part of this system?
Crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. What you got, Mason?
Oh man, next story, man. Adrian Peterson. Don't know why he signed. Well, I know why he signed. I know why he signed with the New Orleans Saints, because nobody else was signing him.
Nobody was signing him.
Nobody was signing him. So he was traded today to the Arizona Cardinals. Then the Arizona Cardinals decided, hey man, we done with Chris Johnson. So they cut Chris Johnson, man.
Chris Johnson for him.
One guy gets a new gig, another guy loses a job. Wow. So is life in the NFL.
And that's crazy, man.
Crazy.
You think about that, because basically Adrian Peterson was warming up to get that job, and that job opened up in Arizona. Yeah. So it's like, hey, I ain't working in New Orleans.
I ain't got a mean mug Sean Payton no more.
Yeah. You ain't got to keep looking at him and be one.
I ain't got to be looking at him with them eyes like, bro.
I'm right here.
Bro.
I'm right here.
And it's good for Alvin Kamara, because Alvin Kamara, the rookie, has been coming on. And, I mean, he just fits the offense. Yeah. Adrian Peterson is an eye back. He's a dime. Drew Brees won't throw the ball 40 times. And he's not that kind of back. So, you know.
They still got Carson Palmer down there.
Carson Palmer, they needed some help for Carson Palmer. They do. Carson Palmer, hey, I like Carson Palmer. Yeah. He won me a couple of fantasy championships, so I'm partial to Carson. Right.
Talk to us about NFL Play 60.
NFL Play 60. This is the 10th anniversary for NFL Play 60.
How did Play 60 come about?
Okay, so Play 60 came about with promoting physical fitness and nutrition. They partnered with Michelle Obama initiative, Let's Move campaign, which promote physical fitness. Then they partnered with the National Dairy Council, which talks about the nutrition part. So that's when you have fuel up to Play 60 now. And so basically what it is to promote physical fitness 60 minutes a day, which is an hour. That's what's called Play 60, 60 minutes a day for our youth, our kids. And having it in the schools is key, because you're able to sustain their physical fitness and nutrition program by the schools receiving the grants from the NFL, which last year was up to from $4,000 to $7,000. This year it's just $4,000, and you can get it every year for your school to help promote that program.
Are all APS schools part of NFL Play 60?
There's not one APS school that is, and that's when I come into play, because.
Hold on, time out. Hold on.
We gotta get that.
Hold on. So who reaping the benefits of Play 360 right now? I mean, Play 60.
I'm working with DeKalb County right now, with one school in DeKalb County, but there's schools like on the outskirts of Atlanta and different counties that are really reaping the benefits, like north of Atlanta. Yeah. So for me, I was like, as a program advisor, and this is one of the reasons why I became a program advisor, because I was like, okay, this is a good initiative. This is good for our schools. Let me work with our PE teachers and our principals to get this in the schools in APS, the schools that will accept it.
Right. Do we now understand that's free money that we can be getting?
Some people don't know that. And for me, and this is why I talk about opportunities.
I don't want to laugh, but it sounds like me and Mason on conversation.
Time out. 20-second time out. 20-second time out. How don't they know with all these Play 60 commercials that come on? And why hadn't somebody been like, well, we can do that in my school?
It's easily could be done. I know a couple of my interns called the school and asked them they didn't want to do it. Would you like to do it? So I'm like, yeah, no. So I was like, okay, I'll go and fill out the application. I'll get it going for you. Like, don't give up the money and the opportunity for these kids because, you know, you don't know, you don't have time, or you're unaware, because this is what we're doing. We're going to start going to the different schools and educating the principal and the PE teachers about the benefits of Play 60 and see if we can really get it engaged in those schools, especially in my district, is key, because I believe that every child should play at least 60 minutes a day. And then also talk about nutrition. The grants could be used to go to farms and different places like that to talk about nutrition and health. That, to me, that is key for development of our youth, nutrition and fitness. So that's one of my initiatives, a part of my campaign. I'm working with some schools right now to try to get it in, and there's so many perks that comes along with it. Kids can be ambassadors for Play 60, and it opens up a whole nother opportunity for them.
Okay, I think we're just going to take us a quick break real quick. As Maceo says, not one APS school. We'll be right back.
Sensation Station Network.
We're going to the Crush second hour, brought to you by the Cobb Football League. The Cobb Football League provides a high school feeder youth football and chip program for kids in K through 5th grade in Cobb County, Paulding County, Marion City, and Roswell City Schools. Go to cobbfootball.com for more information. All right, we're wrapping up our rundown, and we're going to finish it up with you, Erika. But, yeah, me and Maceo just kind of, okay.
Let me ask you this real quick, Erika, because seriously, how many different programs do the NFL have where they assist and help out schools?
They have a lot. They even have a scholarship program for graduating seniors. But when you don't have, and this is why I work with the NFL Players Association, is to use them to come back into the community to kind of give back, to filter in. Because when you have 730 retired NFL players that live in the state of Georgia, there's really no excuse not to leverage their brands and have them work with the community, because the community supported them. You know, and so having them come back in and doing a lot of charity work and a lot of community engagement will, you know, open up opportunities for the different kids and schools, and just having that access to them, you know, goes a long way. And I mean, there's a lot of different opportunities even outside of the NFL with the NBA as well.
It's a lot of money out there.
It's a lot of money out there, but we have to work together to get things done, and that's haven't been happening lately.
I mean, it hurts my head because, again, you talk about the number of retired NFL guys that are here. Yeah. And all of these programs, like I said, I mean, they're out there.
They are.
And it's amazing that nobody knows about this stuff. I mean, it just don't make no sense.
It doesn't.
So let me ask you this, Erika. Why should the voters of District 5 vote for you for their Board of Education representative?
Because I'm being the only candidate that's going to put our kids first. I do not have a personal agenda. I don't. And the reason why I say that is because I've been doing it anyway, already. So for me to continue to do it, Board of Education just gives me another opportunity to expand what I'm already doing in the community. I want to see our kids succeed. I want to see our kids have opportunities. There shouldn't be a difference between North Atlanta and South Atlanta. There shouldn't be. We all are part of the same educational system. We should have the same benefits. We should have a level playing field, and that has not been the case.
So wait a minute, North Atlanta is what? Alpharetta?
Nah, North Atlanta is up.
Oh, they got their own field. Never mind. I know.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. But now North Atlanta still have to go to Lakewood.
They do.
Yeah, because they're still they're APS right now.
Yeah.
But they want to separate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because they technically could do everything there.
Yeah.
They could.
They make them go to Lakewood.
Yeah.
Interesting. But you're right. I don't see why it should be a difference. I mean,
we all pay the same taxes, do we not?
Yeah, we do.
We do. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, be negative, but we do pay the same taxes. Everyone that have a child wants to see their kid succeed, and they work hard for their kid to succeed. So why not give us what we need? Why not give these kids opportunities? You know, I know when I was in high school, And I don't mind sharing this. I went to a public school in Fulton County. I didn't go to my home school, which was Tri-Cities. And
you was M&M?
Yeah, I was M&M.
M&M.
I've heard that phrase a lot.
Yeah, you had to get on that bus in the morning.
Yes, I did. 30 minutes from my house, from 2nd grade to 12th grade. And I saw the difference. And I couldn't understand why one part of the city would reap the benefits of the community investing in them and out the budgets, but then the other part wouldn't. And it was a big difference,
It's about education. It's about education.
We thank you for coming in, people.
You're welcome.
Hey, man, Erika Mitchell, y'all.
November 7th?
That's right.
November 7th.
Hey, man, she not doing the Clay Davis, y'all. She out here in these streets working.
He brought up Clay Davis. Wow. We thank you for coming on. Hey, man, we come back. That's what I'm talking about. Stay with us.
Oh, wow.
She for the people.
Her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions? No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul. No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework. Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review? No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized. I think I understand. Oh, good. Finding best potatoes for French fries. No! Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold. Why don't you understand me? Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents multiple choice parenting.
You've accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, it's spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within,
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies.
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Y'all need anything else?
Sensation Station Network.
That's what I'm talking about, Mace.
Is that what you talking about, Glaze?
That's what I'm talking about, Crush. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Glaze.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, Glaze.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about. When we talk about the good stories out there, man, and with all the crap that's been going on the past few weeks, we're going to give you some good stories. So make sure you want to start off, man.
Man, listen, so this story is not really sports related, but it's a life goal.
Right.
I want everybody to get their life right here for this story. That's what I'm talking about, the Oprah Winfrey, man. Oprah went to the bank for the first time since 1988 to deposit a $2 million check just because she felt like she wanted to see what it was like to go to the bank. She wanted to see the...
She could get $100. She had to do $2
million. No, she took $2 million to the bank. Do y'all understand? She ain't been to a bank since 1988.
She said she stood in line with $2 million.
She stood in line with $2 million. Listen, these are my life goals. Listen, Oprah, that inspired me so much today, Oprah. That's what I'm talking about, Oprah. My Lord.
Hey, man, I know this is big for you, but a lot of people be riding this guy, and I've been one. But he did something big today for Charlotte, man. Shout out to Michael Jordan, man. That's what I'm talking about. Donate $7 million to create 2 medical clinics in troubled Charlotte communities, which is needed.
Mike getting it in his old age.
Yeah. 50,
I mean, he done sold so many tennis shoes. I mean, you ought to give back to them communities, Mike. But
he plans for the clinic to be open in 2020.
Right.
And I think, like I say, Charlotte would be good to have some clinics. That's all it takes, $7 million.
I mean, he live there.
That's his own, buddy.
He don't do his own grocery shopping. They send their groceries up to him, but that's another story.
What you got, man?
Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about. The ESPN's Michael Smith.
Yeah, man.
For holding down his co-host Jamil Hill, man. We know she's been suspended for 2 weeks for improper social media. He say, well, hey, do what y'all gonna do. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, Michael Smith. Man, hold your partner down. I like that.
It's always got to be a decision, man. It's a big decision.
Yeah, it's tough.
We hear everything else about it. We done heard that he was supposed to be coming back and he won't take a knee. Well, you know what he did this weekend, make sure. Colin Kaepernick visited the freshman class at East Harlem's charter school, We Are Dream.
Mm-hmm.
He brought them all backpacks with stuff in it, and he also spoke to the kids. While y'all saying he trying to do something else, he continued to give back to the community. So
doing his cause, what the cause was for.
Right.
He's still working the cause.
Y'all try to make this whole flag issue. He's still working for those kids, those inner city kids, and those people that really need him. And that's what I'm talking about, Colin Kaepernick. What you got, Mason?
Man, that's what I'm talking about, Joe Namath. Broadway Joe, he went on Fox News the other day, and I don't think Fox was ready for. Clearly, the good people at Fox News didn't do their homework.
They just knew they going to get him.
They just figured, hey, man, we get Broadway Joe and let him come in. They didn't understand the plight that Broadway Joe has been through. Broadway Joe is basically a brother.
Yeah.
Broadway Joe took a young black lady to the prom.
Yeah.
Broadway Joe believed in black players should have been in Alabama, even though they weren't there when he was there. He was always a guy who was on the front lines for the movement, for the cause. And y'all know Joe love the ladies, man. So Fox News, man, that's what y'all get, man. Joe Namath. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
They thought he was going to walk in there and just say what they want. Joe said, you don't know who I am.
They didn't vet Joe. They didn't do their homework on that.
I tried to kiss a woman on air. Anyway. What
and I was slizzard. No, he a brother.
Hey, man, Maceo brought this up a little bit, and we talked about it off air, but I want to give a shout-out to the young ladies at KSU, the cheerleaders.
Yes.
Who took a knee a couple of weeks ago, and, people trying to get mad at them, but they took a knee in a place where it ain't really, it's kind of frowned upon to take a knee during the national anthem.
Your neck of the woods.
And I know this personally because I saw a guy last year who took a knee at a football. He sat on the bench during the national anthem, and he got pretty eviscerated by a certain publication.
Right.
But for these young ladies to do it, And you know what they did, and I didn't notice, and I wonder why they did this, but they introduced the cheerleaders coming out the tunnel this time. They weren't there for national anthem. Now it makes sense now because of this issue. But sometimes in certain places, you just got to do it, man. You know you're gonna take the L sometimes, and you know you're gonna be written about bad. You know you're gonna be called everything out of your name. But sometimes you got to do it. So to them young ladies at KSU, that's what we're talking about.
I mean, again, Glad, I just really don't think, for a change, and I say this all the time, in anything, you have to have those uncomfortable. It has to be uncomfortable.
You can't change it.
You can't go in your corner and I go in my corner. You got to meet. You have to have these uncomfortable conversations to bring about change. Yeah. You have to, and if you're not willing to talk about it, then But that's that privilege that continues to show. Sit down and talk about it.
Like our boy. But we're going to that's what we're going to do. That's good stories. Because I'm going to talk about somebody else, but we'll keep
Hey, no.
Somebody got to find.
Hey. Hey.
So we'll be right back.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, man, I know we're about to jump into this NFL, go through the scores from last week, but before we do that, last night, they dropped the trailer on us, man. Last Jedi trailer was on last night, man.
Hey, man,
just some good
so
thing, man.
from now on, my last name is Skywalker again.
December 15th, y'all.
So, yeah, really, in the fifth and sixth grade, I would always write Maceo Skywalker on my paper. I was a real Jedi. I'm still a Jedi.
I totally believe you.
I don't really like telling a lot of these stories because my mom and dad always bring up the fact that I had every Star Wars spaceship and every Star Wars action figure. Yeah. And I lost them all. Well, I buried them all in my grandma's backyard.
So all those Star Wars people, it's coming out. The trailer was tight. I watched it about, how many times you watched it?
50, 11 times.
I'm getting there. I keep watching it, trying to get. But you watch it too much, you try to get clues. You think you know what's gonna happen.
No, what they did, they real smart about the trailer. They put so many different elements in it because you like, okay, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I'm all in.
Good to see the brother. We're gonna be back fighting. You know
I'm all in, man. You see that chrome stormtrooper he was finna go fight? Bro, I can't wait till the action figures come out. But I'm gonna listen. My Christmas list on deck. No, I don't get for Christmas. I'm getting a Millennium Falcon for Christmas.
Ooh, it's gonna be tight.
Again.
That Millennium Falcon went through about It's on this 9th Star Wars.
Let me tell you something. That jump to light speed, that thing got to be raggedy.
Yeah.
It was raggedy in the first Star Wars.
You know they don't make parts for certain cars after a while. Yeah,
right. Like how do y'all keep fixing the Millennium Falcon? Every other spaceship advances except the Millennium Falcon.
Y'all, that thing is old.
Chewbacca must be like a master mechanic.
It was in Anakin's first show.
Yeah, man.
Star Wars 1. Anyway, we're going to talk through it, but yeah.
I'm in.
Luke's back. Everybody's back.
Hey, man, Luke Skywalker, man.
All right, let's go back to the last Thursday. The Patriots beat the Buccaneers 19-14, man, so which was a...
Jameis, man. Jameis is a roller coaster kind of guy.
Yeah. But I can tell you what, though, they are glad Doug Martin back.
They are glad Doug Martin back. We saw this in Hard Knocks. Jameis' ability to not be able to get Deshaun the ball.
Right.
And you would just think they would have figured this thing out. He missed Deshaun twice on deep balls. You have to hit those deep balls. Because they should have beat the Patriots.
Were they both short?
Nah, one was like way over his head. So yeah, like he missed him. Deshaun, great route, got up the sideline, and he just missed him.
And that'd be something that you hear, man. Timing, quarterback and timing.
Quarterback and timing.
And that shouldn't be, like you said, it's week 6, man.
Come on, Jameis.
It's week 6.
Come on,
Jameis.
Jameis.
They got a whole summer.
You should know better, Jameis.
You know, he should know his speed a little bit.
Right.
That's why a good quarterback can do that. And anyway, but they lost 19-14 to the Patriots. They're both Patriots are 3-2, and the Buccaneers 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills, Bengals. I think this is one I missed, but the Bengals did come out. Andy Dalton threw for 328, makes you.
Hit A.J. Green early. They have to get A.J. Green involved early.
Yeah.
Have to get A.J. Green involved early.
And that's the thing, that you can tell Buffalo is defense first.
Yeah.
It's offense second, because their defense is really good.
Defense is really good. Not many playmakers on that
exactly.
Buffalo Bills offense.
So you have to eventually, if you just hold on, that's what we thought the Falcons was going to do.
Right.
You'll get them.
Right.
The defense going to be tired because they play a lot of plays out there.
Tyrod Taylor can't make a lot of plays downfield because he just don't have the weapons. Yeah. And so clearly with Cincinnati, they looked at the Falcon fan and were like, well, we're not gonna let Clay beat us.
Nah, he can't beat us.
We're gonna make Tyrod pick somebody else to throw to, and that's what happened.
Yeah. In a game that we thought the Browns get their first win, but it didn't happen. The Jets are 3-2, y'all. After we don't even know who their quarterback is, but they 3-2.
Hackenberg.
Okay. God bless you. And they won 17-14 over the Browns in Cleveland.
They did.
Crowell's still in the league, which is doing his thing. But
Isaiah Crowell, yes. Word on the street is they getting ready to sit Kaiser down. They set him down in the second half of this game.
Hogan had a decent second half.
You wonder, did they throw him in too soon?
Right.
And I think they're trying to take him out now to protect him. They don't want to become gun shy.
Because you know what else is about that? He's now having to answer those questions as a starter. You see him like, yo, we're going to win. And then you can see the pressure in his face. He putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
As a QB. Kevin Hogan came out there and went 16 for 19, man.
Because Kevin Hogan is a veteran.
Yeah.
He can see. Playing quarterback is all about the game slowing down for you. And I think Hugh Jackson kind of, because he's an offensive guy, let me take him off the field.
Yeah.
Let me put him back in the film room. Let him watch for a while. And then let's put him back out there and see had he learned anything. So
you know what else is also about that as well is that now teams, but we'll see what Kevin do this week. So now teams are playing for him a little bit. When you go out there to say half, they've been worried about Kaiser the whole week.
Yeah, but with Hogan, defenses can't fool Hogan the way they could fool Kaiser.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing with Ricky quarterback. It happened on 2 throws with Trubisky last night. He thought he saw man.
Yeah.
You know, they bailed, but then when he looked up, the corner was still standing there. He almost got to receive a kill because you don't throw outside of cover 2 like that. But, you know, he'll learn.
He'll learn it. The Panthers beat the Lions, which was a really good game, 27-24.
Cam.
Okay, let me apologize to Cam again.
Oh, Cam.
The rumors of your demise.
Cam.
Cam came out 26-33, 355, 3 touchdowns. You know, everybody had the little thing about Cam. And the reporter, you know, he had a lot going on. And, you know, after the apology, it looked like Cam came out and just let all. That's why sometimes the field helps you get through things.
This is what we know about Cam. We saw it when he got kicked out of Florida. Had to go the long route to blend. Defeated that. Got to Auburn. kicked his dad off campus, all the accusations. He played through that, won that championship.
Yeah.
He's a guy who likes to, I think when you start to squeeze a little bit, he plays better.
Yeah.
I just think that's the kind of guy he is.
He needs the pressure, man.
He needed it.
He showed up. It was a good game. And Stafford, he 229, no interceptions. He doing all right.
I like Matthew Stafford, man.
Doing all right.
I like Matthew.
Both teams looking for a running game, but we'll need to say here or there. When Jonathan Stewart ran 18 times for 21 yards. That's a yard. That's 1.2 yards a carry.
I want to see them give McCaffrey more carries.
I do too.
Instead of always throwing in the ball.
Yeah. Hey, man, when we come back, man, we're going to jump more into these scores. So stay with us. It's the Crush.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined. Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army Strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
You think you can do this to me? I'm the man up in this piece.
Sensation Station Network.
Hey, man, it's a short door, so I got to jump over in there, man. We're going to be leaving here because of 100 proof coming in here.
Do it look like I got left out bad and bougie?
You good. You good. You good. We're going to the next one, man. The Colts, 49ers. Colts, Brian Hoyer. He threw for 353.
Brian Hoyer is a great fantasy quarterback.
Oh, yeah. He getting your numbers.
Great fantasy quarterback.
And I don't care what nobody say. I know a lot of people don't like Shanahan. He gets quarterback, gets number on his.
Shanahan is a great play caller.
He can call plays.
He can
now,
dial
situation
up
caller.
Right,
nah. I know everybody say what's the difference because.
But he grew up in the NFL.
Yeah, it's true.
He grew up in the NFL.
But he can get you quarterbacks.
His dad was one of the best to do it.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it again. I started off in Mark Brown as a fullback, and I'm just disgusted at these running games right now.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's 20. They only ran 22 times for 66 yards, man.
They're not dedicated to it. Not dedicated. They just running to get a quarterback on the break.
Frank Gore. How you still running with no knees? But hey, man.
Hey, man, listen. Jacoby Brissett every week gets better and better.
Yeah, he does.
I like Jacoby.
Yes, he does. Hey, but they were lost 26-23 to the Colts. Titans, Dolphins. Dolphins got a win, which wasn't one of the prettiest games. It was, wow.
Jay Cutler.
You threw for 92 yards, Cutler. Yeah.
He threw for 92 yards.
12 for 26 for 92 yards. One touchdown, one pick.
Wow.
And y'all paid him all that money. Matt Castle threw for 141. So this was an ugly game.
They might even have them middle school stats.
Yeah. You know,
92 yards.
Jay Ajayi, you ran for 25 times, only got 77 yards. Yeah, it was an ugly game, man.
Wow, that's tough. It's tough, though.
Chargers got their first victory in the We Both Can't Win
The
Bowl.
Donut Bowl.
And they won 27-22. You know, Phillip going to be stat guy, too. You know that, right?
Man, listen, Phillip has led me to a couple of fantasy championships also.
He got 21. He was 21, 20, 44, 258, 3 touchdowns. You know, Melvin Gordon went over 100. And unfortunately in this game, which was a tough game for everybody.
Wait a minute, Melvin Gordon went for how many?
He went for 105.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 140. No. Okay. I said, boy, Melvin Gordon, okay.
But unfortunately, the big thing about this game is Odell Beckham is out for the year.
Odell Beckham is out for the season.
Breaking that broken ankle.
He posted a picture before he went to surgery today.
Yeah.
Doing what Odell do, wide outs, baby, wide outs.
Man, that thing. And you just look at certain injuries like, oh, he done.
Yeah.
When he popped that, I was like, it's done.
Yeah. Like I said, tough season for Odell. Odell was looking for that contract. He's not coming now.
Boy.
Not coming now.
Eagles 34, Cardinals 7. We got to look at Carson Wentz as one of those dudes, make sure.
Carson Wentz, listen, I liked him last year.
Yeah.
I liked him when coming out of North Dakota State. I just, a guy, late bloomer.
Yeah.
Didn't get recruited. Take that, all you 5-star guys. Number 2 pick in the draft. Yeah. I mean, dog, Carson Wentz nice. And he's sneaky athletic. Well, he's not even sneaky athletic. He's very athletic.
Yeah.
Very athletic.
And they did it balanced. They had, Philadelphia is a pretty good squad right now, man.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good squad right
now.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but I mean the truth is the truth.
Yeah. In the Roethlisberger, where you throwing that, Bo? Jaguars beat them 30-9.
I'm gonna say it one
Did
more time.
anybody pick that game from out there?
No. Everybody took the Jaguars.
Took the Steelers.
I mean, everybody took the Steelers.
Yeah.
Everybody took the Steelers. Everybody.
Ben Roethlisberger threw 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
Interceptions.
And they had 2 pick sixes.
Yeah.
2 pick sixes. And you know what was so crazy about this game? Antonio Brown was targeted 18 times. So clearly the game plan was to let's not have no temper tantrum from our wideout. Right. And this is where wideouts affect games.
Yeah. You just had to throw that in there.
I mean, this is how you affect games. But you have to balance it.
But I look at that. And then he come in there with the whole woe is me after the game.
Well, that's Ben. Ben is a natural crybaby.
Crying and stuff.
He's a natural crybaby.
But I'll be honest with you. Jacksonville, I mean, I'm not a Bortles fan, but with Leonard Fournette running for 181, even though he ran that last one 90 yards.
Right. Most of it came on
that last one 90 yards.
But they with him and Ivory, they just beat up your defense. Yeah. And all they ask Bortles to do is manage the game, man. Make a couple of first down throws, 3rd and 5, throw a slant. Yeah. They're not asking him to throw for 300.
No, they're not.
Nah, they're not doing that.
We got more games when we come back, so y'all stay with us, man. It's the Crush.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B. Get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C. Look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D. Show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And we're back, man. I don't know what to make with either of those teams. May show these right here. But all I know is the offensive lineman can't be fighting fans afterwards. The Ravens won 30-17. And you don't know what the Ravens from week to week. You know, you would think some weeks that they got it good enough, but you know,
Joe Flacco
threw for 222 this week. You know, and it just.
Well, we know the Raiders are not the Raiders without their quarterback Derek Carr. I don't think E.J. Manuel played. He didn't play bad.
Yeah.
And it's what we talked about earlier. I thought they would use Marshawn Lynch better than what they're using him.
Right.
Like, I hadn't quite figured that out. Like, why did you bring him in if he's not going to be like a 20 to 25 carry back?
Because you would think that to take the pressure off of EJ.
Right.
You'll run him more.
You know, are you trying to save him for the playoffs? What if you don't make the playoffs?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so we're going to see. I think the Raiders should bounce back the week. We hope the rumors are Carr may be back.
We'll see.
We'll see. But he is a big part of the offense.
Jerry Stevens say tickets. They've just bought Marshawn back for tickets. Do your dance, Marshawn.
And a very good low-scoring game. Seahawks won. Defeated the Rams 16-10.
Just when everybody was ready to drink
the Rams Kool-Aid.
Hey, man, shout out to the Rams breaking out the throwbacks, though. That should be the Rams uniform right there. Yeah. The Eric Dickerson uniform, that should be their uniform.
We just need one guy with a Jerry curl.
They need to go. Yeah, I like those jerseys. I like that.
Hey, my man from the Raiders said they making the playoffs, man. If Carr come back, I'm with you.
Okay, we'll see. we shall see.
But, okay, man, so we're going to talk about this game for just a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
Packers-Cowboys. 35-31.
It's on record. I'm a Cowboy fan. I took the Packers.
I'm surprised.
Why did I take the Packers? Our defense, as long as Sean Lee is out, we're going to struggle. Jalen Smith he's just not ready to anchor the middle. Right. Playing middle linebacker, he's not ready for that. He's not ready to be the quarterback of the defense that way. And our secondary is bad.
Very questionable. That's why
it's bad.
A lot of Cowboys fans saying, Jerry, please pay more attention to the field.
Right, Jerry Jones.
And all this other
How about
stuff.
you go listen? There's some nice cornerbacks on the street. Man, bring some of them guys in.
Yeah. Denver got too many.
Right. They got so many they gave away T.J. Ward.
It's like we don't need T.J. Ward.
Like,
how you don't need T.J.?
And again, I'm just Scott Linehan. The play calling continues. We run the ball one half, and then you forget about the run. Right. I don't understand why Terrence Williams continues to run out there in the starting lineup. I like Bryce Butler in that position. We finally got the ball to Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley is our best receiver right now. I'm sorry, he is.
He is. Yeah, and
he is.
That's crazy.
Until we move Dez around, he's not going to be effective just running fade stops. That's all he runs.
The Cowboys really need to establish identity. They want to make it Dak so bad, but that ain't what got you to what you got to.
Right. We were 13-3 last year because we ran the ball for 9 yards on first down. Yeah. The man had 1,000 yards rushing on first down.
And Aaron Rodgers, man, you can't give him time.
Aaron Rodgers, listen. It is what it is. When the Cowboys made that throw on second down to stop the clock, I said they don't want to win. They held the ball 9+ minutes on that last drive. Right. Aaron Rodgers, they had a picture of Aaron Rodgers. He had that towel on with no helmet. That's how he should have stayed the rest of the game.
Yeah, that should have been the game.
Don't even put him because
when he put the helmet on,
if you run and stuff, throw that fade to Dez, the clock is still running. Yeah. They have to use that last timeout. Yeah. Come on, man. This game is not hard.
No, it's not.
This game is not hard.
Chiefs Texans. They're right now, even though Deshaun had 5 touchdowns and he's still doing what he's doing, his amazing rookie career. She's every phase, Maceo, from special teams to because they picked up the kid from Georgia Tech, the kicker.
Yeah.
He's been automatic. They got the return with Hill. They got the receivers. Alex Smith is an MVP candidate, and their defense is ridiculous.
I've always been impressed with Andy Reid's play calling. He always adapts to he's one of those guys, he don't try to make his system fit. He looks at his players and he like, okay, this is what my system has to be.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't just lead Tariq out there on the outside, bring them inside. I mean, even the Mumble, he's scoring now.
Yeah, he is.
Look here for Oregon, DeAnthony Thomas.
Yeah, everybody's scoring.
He even scoring touchdowns now. So, I mean, it's crazy.
When we take a break, man, we got to take a break. We come back and wrap the show up for the day. So stay with us, Sister Crush.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I
cold
want to be
day.
a football
I want to be
stadium.
a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place this first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade. I am disciplined.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
Enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
And so a new American industry has been born.
Sensation Station Network.
We're going to this Crush Recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
Blunt Power 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about
Blunt Power.
Go to their website, bluntpower.com, and their Facebook or Twitter page at Blunt Power. The last game was last night. The Vikings defeated the Bears 20-17. Trubisky got some learning curve to do, but you might well ride with him. You 1-4. Why not? He went 12 for 25, 128, touch no pick. Casey Keenum was just glad to be on the roster, but he did throw for after Sam went out.
Case Keenum quietly has been saving that season.
Yeah, because they right now they're 3-2, and 1-1 on the road. But everybody thought Adrian was gonna come back to Minnesota, but that didn't happen. He went to Arizona. So biggest surprise for you this week, man, in football outside of all the protests and the crap that's been going with these owners. What was your biggest surprise for week 5?
The continued great play of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
They, you start wondering, can they continue to play like this? Yeah. And then the injuries.
I was gonna go. That was my big one.
Injuries. And I said this early in the week. Football is a contact sport,
right.
And I think the reason these guys continue to get injured, they don't have enough contact.
Yeah, and we lost J.J. Watt this week. We lost Odell Beckham, and it's not just for a little bit.
Right.
These are yearly injuries.
Yeah.
And,
they don't hit enough. This is not touch football. You have to have that contact.
Especially during the season, they barely touch now.
They don't have no contact.
There's no contact during the week of the rest of the season. So it's biggest thing for me was injuries. You know, Kelsey went out with a concussion. They said he'd be back out a couple of weeks. So it's
I mean, basically the New York Giants they lost Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
They lost Dwayne Harris.
That's the whole starting line.
And Odell.
Yeah, in one. And that's why T.O. them threw out that jersey.
Hey man, sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I'm ready to go.
T.O. slant route might not be the same as T.O. You know.
Hey man, listen. I think T.O. He's not gonna be no deep guy, but I think he can be a possession receiver.
Yeah. He about 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, I mean, the guy stays in phenomenal shape.
I want to thank everybody who came on. Thanks, Erika. The first Erika. Erika, the Dirty Bird Report.
The Dirty Bird Report.
On the bye week. So she said everybody should be back. The only one that may be questionable.
It's Sanu.
It's Sanu.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Erika running for District 5.
Yes, indeed.
APS and a lot of things that we learned.
APS, let's go, man.
Go
APS.
get this money, man. Go get this money.
APS, let's reach out to these organizations to get this money, man. Let's help our children out.
And,
let's bless the babies.
You know, hey, man, ESPN, be careful. You keep suspending people.
Josina, stop tweeting about that now.
I want to tell her, hey, they in a suspending mode.
Boy, come on, Josina. We want to see that weave on Sunday.
All right. All right, boy. We'll see you tomorrow, man.